Many on the team use Wednesdays as a chance to rest and recharge their batteries before hitting the road once again. But for one Thunderbird, that day is spent with a different purpose.
Wednesdays are our day off, and my husband can attest to this. I will get up early in the morning on Wednesdays when I should be sleeping in, or could be sleeping in, and I sit down right here at this table, and I answer. And this looks like a mess, but it's an organized mess. And I answer every single letter I have ever been written and every single email request I've ever been written. And part of me at the beginning just got overwhelmed, and I was gonna create a form letter, but I couldn't create a form letter because each letter was so unique and so individual, and it meant something to people. And I am so humbled by that I can't not. And so sometimes I get up at 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday and I am writing letters at this table until 6:30 at night. Period. That's what I do on my day off. And I pay for the postage myself because I just think to myself, what an amazing thing that history or life or whatever has granted me to be in this position right now, to do something where maybe I can make a difference, to a little kid. And I get a lot of, most of it is young, I'd say 50%. I get 10 to 20% of my emails from older women, women in their 80s who have written to me and said, you know what, I saw you and I've decided to go back and get my college degree. I mean, how flattering and how humbling, and what do you do with that? The only thing you can do for me is to sit down and write back a heartfelt thank you and a letter of encouragement, because they did it for me, and this stuff re-energizes me every week. And the one group that I get letters from that I would have never expected, and I still haven't figured out why, is male World War II veterans. And I don't understand why I get letters from them. And I will tell you, I cannot be more privileged and humbled, to get letters of personal gratitude, encouragement, thanks, personal stories from literally living American heroes. And there are times I read these letters, and the truth is I've cried on some of these letters, and it's overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming, and it's humbling. And no matter what I ever do, as a Thunderbird, or how people say, I've gone down supposedly in history, good, bad, or whatever their assessment is, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, this is where I feel I've had my impact, and no one knows about this. The team doesn't read these. My husband doesn't read these. They're like my little private victory, and there's something special to be said about knowing secretly to yourself that you've done something good. You don't need to tell people about it. It gets you here in your heart, and it makes you feel good. And no matter what history ever says about any of this, silliness about being a female Thunderbird, this is what I hope makes a difference. And you get cool things from kids. This is from an elementary school. This is Bumble the Bee. And they wanted him to go flying with the Thunderbirds with me. And I had gotten this actually a couple of weeks ago, but I thought, it's easy for me to just fly it and take a picture and write back to the kids. So what I did is I held on to it, and I flew this with me on Veterans Day yesterday. Because when I write the letter back to the kids, I want it to mean something, and I want to be able to teach them or educate them about something, which is our Air Force history and our veterans. And so I haven't written the letter yet because it was just yesterday, but Bumble flew with me, and he's going to go back to that elementary school with a story about being proud of our American heritage and proud of our veterans. And I think that that's more important than just, writing that simple letter. I got another cool one this week. This was from a lady, her name's Jean Allo, and her father was a bomber pilot in World War II. This woman sends me in the mail her father's wings. I mean, this is priceless. And she wants me to fly them because she says her dad would have been proud of me and the Thunderbirds and the Air Force for what we are today. And part of me gets nervous. This is someone's value and valuable. And she sends it to a FedEx, and she sends me a return envelope. And I flew them on Veterans Day, along with Bumble the Bee, and in my pocket, both of these things together. And isn't it interesting, when I look at this, the generations, these are a World War II pilot's wings, an American, a true hero, and these are young kids who are learning the value of this hero. And they flew together in the same pocket on Veterans Day. Like I said, I'm going to write to those kids, and I'm going to send a certificate back to Jean. Okay, I know you do not answer many emails, which they don't know me because I've answered every single email. It says, but I have to tell you, my twin sons, Dustin and Daniel, are autistic. We drove 2 hours to see your show in Dover and drove 1 hour to see the Atlantic City show. When we reached Dover, my one twin son saw Nicole. He said to Daddy, I have to meet her, she is my hero. And I asked him why. And he said to me, and for an 11-year-old with an autism background, this was huge. He said, because she is a woman amongst men. My response was standoffish. And he said to me, because if Nicole can break into the Thunderbirds, then there is hope for me. I just sat down. He met her and I got her autographed. She was polite and more than understanding. She met Dustin with a positive attitude and provided a positive attitude and told my son that he can do anything he wants to. Nicole is not only a pioneer, she is an inspiration to my autistic children. She made me and my kids feel at home and that they can accomplish anything, put their minds at ease. As a war vet who has seen my friends die, I salute the Thunderbirds and I salute Nicole. And that's just one letter. And I get all shaky. I have a lot of letters like that. I mean, you understand why I can't send a form letter answer to that. You can't.